A great source of misinformation on the old World Wide Web is, of course, Conservapedia. Some truly great articles, most of which seem to have been written by very angry baby boomers who see the left, capital L, as a monolith dedicated to serving Satan and all his horrible plans. The term one world government appears on I won't call it an encyclopedia, as this is an insult to those who seek actual knowledge. We'll just call it a site. Yeah, one world government is the ultimate goal of the left, and, quote, they believe in the concept that humanity is progressing for the better, and they want to create a utopia where humanity is unified and where there are no wars, conflicts or borders, cultural or national. Right, let's unpack and poke at this a little, shall we? Firstly, there is no unified all-in globalist left singing from the same hymn sheet. Liberalism isn't socialism. Social democrats and hardline communists, they don't tend to get along. Anarchists on the left are obviously going to have a different worldview from left-wing statists. And guess what? There are plenty of people on the left who are not Marxists and do not see capitalism in and of itself as the biggest problem we have or face moving forward. The left is not the Borg from Star Trek. As far as the concept of progress goes, yes, social progress is possible, not inevitable, but over the past few centuries it's pretty clear that human beings across the world have moved from less enlightened worldviews and manners of behaviour to more enlightened ways. Not everyone, of course, and there are many factors in play as to why the world has changed. It's not always changed for the better, but in some cases, yeah, it has changed for the better. Reforms and changes leading to a more peaceful and a better educated and, dare I say, a healthier way, healthier societies. These things are well documented. It's not made up crap, unlike Conservapedia. Addressing the concept of utopia, as in an imagined perfect society. Well, I'm on the left, and I can tell you I don't believe in fairy tales. I think generally sensible people on the left and on the right understand that human societies cannot attain perfection. It's a dangerous idea. Can never be achieved. We're always going to have problems in one form or another. The only visions of utopia I see are in the form of pamphlets pushed into my hand occasionally by Jehovah's Witnesses. A religious vision of perfection which personally I find silly, but that's just me. You're of course welcome to believe whatever you please. Where were we with this nonsensopedia? Yes, a unified humanity with no conflicts or wars. What a terrible vision of the future. One in which we no longer indiscriminately kill each other or settle disputes with brutal force. Insane liberal bullshit. It isn't so hard to conceive of a future where war is no more, where democracy and the rule of law have put war itself in history's dustbin. Maybe some people just lack imagination or have just become too cynical to conceive of a better world. I don't know. Finally, no borders, cultural or national. A cultural border, what is that? It's a sort of essentialist view of culture, I guess, that cultures have fixed boundaries. But cultures change, they overlap, they intermingle sometimes, they clash. Cultural identities are not fixed. You can attempt to define a culture, and someone might come along and explain why or how that culture is actually many cultures. It's, a huge multicultural, ever-changing social reality. So, however, the experience of a cultural border is something, if you want to phrase it that way, that outsiders in many a land have come across, I think. Yeah, interesting. As for nations, nations are likely to be a permanent fixture of our species, I'm thinking, in one form or another. Here is a possibly brain-imploding concept for a Conservapedia contributor or supporter. You ready? Being an advocate of a democratic world government or parliament doesn't mean you're in favour of the destruction of nations or the eradication of cultures. And you don't have to be a liberal or a Marxist or someone with visions of utopia